We are now logged in as a project manager. Note that we have lost both the Project Manager and Investor tabs that were present on the Company Administrator's login, and we have gained a tab called My Account that allows the Project Manager to change their password and manage other personal information. As mentioned earlier, in the Projects tab, we are able to set up an infinite breakdown structure for any project and make the individual task scope as large or as small as we would like. At the first level of the breakdown structure is always the client. In this case, the client is Eustace Engineering. At the second level of the breakdown, there is always the project. In this case, the project is called Highway 11 Gates and Walls. At the third level of the breakdown, we have the option of adding a work category or defining a task. Since this project has more than one type of work being managed, engineering and drafting, we have chosen to use two work categories. We can add as many work categories as we see fit. At the fourth level, and at any level below that, we have the option of continuing to subdivide the project or to add tasks. For this particular project, we have subdivided into structure, in this case the T-wall at station 762 plus 36.29, and then under the T-wall we have subdivided into type of analysis, in this case MOP analysis and Spencer's analysis. And then finally, under type of analysis, we arrive at an actual task. In this case, the task name is MOP, TOW, and still water level SWL criteria. It is important to note that OREx allows you to save the breakdown structure at any level for reuse in any other project breakdowns. At the task level, there are 5 tabs: the Summary tab, the Input Docs tab, the Output Docs tab, the Contracts tab, and the Training tab. By default, the task level shows up as the Summary tab. On the Summary tab, we can manage the status of the task. There are various status functions that can be selected. Each one of these is associated with an email notification to the relevant parties. We can assign a task as new, unassigned to an engineer or staff, assigned, in progress, not required, overdue, complete, rework, project management takeover, approved, payment authorized, and paid. Required skills can be associated with a particular task from a list of required skills. These skills are useful in selecting the project staff that will be performing the task. The selection of the project engineer is performed through an experiential matrix on the required skills and based on the past performance of the engineer. On the Input Documents tab, the project manager places all of the relevant files necessary to perform the task. On the Output Documents tab, the staff uploads all of the relevant files that are a result of working the task and any other information necessary to indicate that the task is complete. On the Contracts tab is the location where all contracts related to the projects are referenced and approved by the company administrator before work can be assigned. This contract checking is a fail-safe method to ensure that all necessary legal documents are in place between the clients and the engineers before performing the work. The Training tab contains specific web-based just-in-time training to help the staff to perform the task. Here is an example of a portion of one of these training videos. The following is a discussion of the theory behind the method of planes as implemented in the Uplift program. This theory and these figures that are used herein can be found in a thesis written by William Caver for the University of Mississippi. The sliding mass in the method of planes is divided into three zones: an active wedge, a sliding block, and a passive wedge. And equilibrium equations are generated for each of these three zones in order to determine a driving active force, a driving passive force, and resisting forces from the active wedge, from the sliding block, and from the passive wedge. Each of these training videos are of relatively short duration and can be viewed independently and reviewed as necessary if the staff requires a refresher. The Training tab also includes all of the files from a previously worked task, including all summary files and input and output files that were necessary for that prior task. Thank you for taking part in a quick tour of OREx. We would like to invite you and/or your firm to participate in beta testing. Those participating in the beta testing program will be given a complete walkthrough of the software and will be able to manage projects and tasks in order to make a thorough evaluation of this unique technical management tool. We believe that OREx will revolutionize the way that you think about the technical management of your projects.